Hello everyone, and today I'm gonna show you how to cook shami kebab. Shami kebab is a North Indian recipe. North India, Pakistan, or like that region, like Bangladesh, and this recipe I'm gonna share with you is my mom's recipe, and so and this is very good. And I'm gonna make a very easy version of shami kebab. So here what we need. So here is we need. So this is ginger here, and I'm using like I just cut them like in the small pieces, and kind of like roughly. It's a 1.5 inch big ginger and one whole red chili, dry red chili here. And if you don't have like whole chili, you can use 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. It's not a big deal. And 5 clove of garlic, fresh garlic, 2 bay leaf. I prefer Indian bay leaf. They're a little bit different than this, but this is fine. If you don't have, not a big deal. And I prefer whole black pepper, but I don't have like whole, so I'm gonna use the powder here. So I'm using 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper, and here I'm using 1 teaspoon of salt here, and 5 of clove. And so, and here I have chickpea. I soak this chickpea, 1 cup chickpeas. Actually, usually for this recipe we use in India, we use split chickpea. Actually, we call chana dal. So this is, but it's, I didn't get it. I cannot find here in the store. So I think online you can find split chickpeas, and you can make even dal, like my dal recipes there, like lentil. You can make the same way. And but this is I'm using the chickpeas whole, dry one, and I soak them. And so now this all gonna go. So I'm gonna cook this all together. So I'm gonna put everything here. So I'm using pressure cooker. And because it's late already, so I need to cook this faster. You can use regular pot, anything. And I'm just gonna put this and all the here chickpeas and all this is spices here. I'm gonna add it here. And so this is already 1/2 cup water already here. So I'm not gonna add like much water, so I'm gonna use like a 1/4 cup of water more. That's all, because we don't need so much water in this, or because since so the water, you have to make sure you don't put so much water. So it's 1/2 cup water already here, so I'm gonna cook in this only. And if you have like no pressure cooker, if you're not using pressure cooker, if you're using like any pot, so you can still start with this 1/2 cup water. Let this cook and see if you need more water. You can add a little bit more separately, but you don't want you want this to, when it is done, you want this to be like a dry, like hummus, how we make hummus, like there's not much water, like a little bit. So same way we're gonna put this in a blender after we cook this. Okay, so this is while our chickpeas were cooking, so they are just cooked here. Our chickpeas done here, you can see. And so I'm just leaving them here for a few minutes to get like cool down. Then I'm gonna grind them. While I'm waiting for that, so I'm gonna do other step right here. So here's the meat, and this is the 1 pound ground beef is right here. And here is a 1 cup of finely chopped onion and 1/2 cup of cilantro finely chopped. Some of you people, I remember, you guys don't like cilantro. You can use 4 tablespoons of mint, chopped mint. You can use instead of cilantro, and this is also like optional for that. And I'm gonna put it here all together here. And now I'm gonna grind the chickpeas. That's good. Look at her. So that is the very Indian way. So you're eating also and you're digesting also same time. Okay, so I'm gonna grind this here. the grinder, all the chickpeas. You can see it's all there. I didn't put any water here. I didn't add it, and whatever water was there, all almost dry. So this is good. We need like a dry. So one more thing I forgot to tell you. So when we grind this here, you have to like make sure there's no water. You have to strain the water, like if there's any water there. So you have to take all the water off, and because if you have a water, you know, it's gonna get so much like so soft. It's hard to make flat them, you know. So let's see, and we can put all together here, as we have cilantro and onion here, and meat, ground beef. Okay, now I'm gonna mix all this together. Mix it all together nicely. And even before you mix, you know, when you grind these chickpeas, so you can taste that actually, because you cannot taste after you put in the meat because the raw meat. But before they can taste, if you need, like, you can add any salt if you think you need it, or any chili powder, you can add it, you know, chili, or yeah, that's what these are like main ingredients, like salt and chili powder. So here it's done right here. You can see here. Okay, so after I all mixed, so you know, so I'm gonna make like ball with this small. You can see like how big you want. So I'm making like around this size. Place on the plate. Or you know, when you making, you get like sticky on your hands, so you just get a little bit of water, like touch the water, and then you can do. So you won't touch, you won't stick on your hand so much. Okay, so I made this ball, and now I'm gonna place this in the hot oil. So I'm heating this oil here, 4 tablespoons of olive oil here, you know. So because you don't want this deep fry, so you don't want to put so much oil. And I like to heat this in a hot, like first, and then place them. When you're placing them, so you can just flat them also. You can use some, maybe like something like, you know, something to flat them, and don't try to use your hand. It's only done by professional, and I'm used to it, so you know, I have practice. So just flat this one, and like a kind of like a burger, but just smaller. You can place as much you want, and you can make sure you have like they're not touching to each other. And sometimes, you know, some people sometimes they do like in an egg, so you can like, you know, roll this in an egg also. But I'm making this like dairy free, gluten free, and egg free also. So just cook this. One side is for about 4 minutes. And you can see how little brownish this here, and just when you flip them very slowly, and make sure nobody around you, because sometimes when you flip this, it's oil, it can burn somebody. Also sometimes, you know, they might break a little bit, but don't worry, you know, we're still gonna taste very good. And so we just like try slowly and cook both sides. And cook like in a high heat, so they can get cooked. Like high means not like fully high, like maybe more than medium. Yeah, cook them in a more than medium. Here is our final project right here, and you can see, and some, you know, there like more are here. Sometimes they get broken. Okay, when you're frying, it's not a problem. So what I did, actually, I made this completely like grain free and gluten free and dairy free. So you can add, when you mix this all together, you know, all the spices and meat, and when you're mixing together, you can add some flour, like a half cup of either tapioca flour or cassava flour or even rice flour. And if you're okay with that, or even if you're okay with the wheat, you can even use the wheat flour, you know, if you're fine with the wheat. So then it's like holds together. Or you can add like egg, you know, you can roll them on the egg. So I didn't use any of this, see, that's why it's also kind of like breaking, but it's fine, but taste is so good. So I hope you will enjoy this, and if any question, let me know if you have any question.